Hello, everyone, and welcome to Calm English Corner. This is your place for natural English practice through everyday conversations. I'm Emma.
And I'm Leo. How you doing today, Emma?
I'm good, thank you. Actually, I'm feeling a bit relieved today.
Relieved? That sounds like there's a story.
Oh, there is. Yesterday, someone asked me to help them move their entire apartment this Saturday, and for the first time in my life, I said no without adding 50 excuses.
Wow, look at you, growing up.
I know, right? Usually I say yes, then I panic, then I hate myself all weekend.
Yeah, I know that dance. The yes comes out of your mouth before your brain even wakes up.
Exactly. And then later you're sitting there thinking, why did I say yes? I don't even want to do this.
So if you're listening right now and you have a hard time saying no to people, stay with us.
Yes, because today we're talking about something many of us struggle with, the art of saying no without feeling guilty.
And don't worry, this is a B1 level episode, so if you're intermediate, it's perfect for you.
Yes, B1 level. And if you're A2, you can still listen. If some parts feel difficult, it's okay. You can always listen again, and you will catch more the second time.
Your job is simple. Relax, listen, and let the English and the ideas move through you. You don't have to understand every word. You just have to stay with us.
Right. And if you enjoy learning with us, please like this episode, subscribe to the channel,
and maybe share it with one friend who is learning English too.
Every like, every comment, every share really helps more learners find this podcast.
And we love reading your comments.
In fact, maybe you can already answer a simple question in the comments. Where are you listening from? And tell us, are you a person who says yes to everything? Or are you good at saying no?
Yeah, write it. Just 1 or 2 sentences. We really want to know.
And later in this episode, we'll also have a Calm word tour.
In Word Tour, we'll take some useful words and expressions from today and explain them in a simple way so you don't only hear the words, you really understand them, and you can start using them in your own life.
But for now, just relax. Maybe you're making breakfast, maybe you're on the bus, maybe you're cleaning. Wherever you are, you're exactly where you need to be.
All right, take a breath. Think about the last time you said yes when you really wanted to say no.
Hold that moment in your mind, because in this episode, we're going to talk about why that happens and how you can gently change it.
All right, let's jump in.
So, Leo, let me ask you this. Why is it so hard to say no?
Honestly, because we're scared.
Scared of what?
Scared they'll think we're selfish. Scared they'll be angry. Scared they won't like us anymore.
Yes. It's funny because saying no is such a simple word. 2 letters. N-O. But it feels like we're rejecting the person, not just the request.
Exactly. Someone asks, "Can you help me with this?" And in your head you hear, "Do you care about me?"
Right. So when you say no, it feels like you're saying, I don't care about you.
Even though that's not true at all.
I remember when I first moved to this city. I didn't have many friends yet, so when someone invited me somewhere, I always said yes.
Even if you didn't want to go?
Even if I was exhausted, even if I had other plans. I was so afraid that if I said no once, they would stop inviting me.
And what happened?
I became the person who was always available. People started to take advantage of that.
Take advantage means they used your kindness in a bad way, right?
Yes. To take advantage of someone means you use them because you don't say no. It's not always mean. Sometimes people don't even realize they're doing it.
So when you always say yes, people learn, oh, she'll do it.
Exactly. And then one day I realized something. I had no time for myself. My calendar was full of other people's plans, other people's problems, other people's requests.
Your whole life became other people's to-do list.
Yes, and I was so tired. I felt like I was running on empty.
Running on empty. That's a good phrase. It means you have no energy left, like a car with no fuel.
Exactly. My body was there, but inside, I felt empty.
So what made you finally start saying no?
One day, a colleague asked me to cover her shift for the 3rd time that month. And I felt this strong feeling in my stomach, like my body was screaming, "Please, no more."
Your body knew before your brain did.
Yes! So I said, very politely, "I'm sorry, I can't this time." And you know what happened?
She got angry?
No, she just said, "Okay, no problem," and asked someone else.
Wait, that's it?
That's it. All that fear in my head, all that guilt, and she didn't even care. She just moved on.
I think that's the big secret. Most of the time, the drama is only in our head.
Exactly. We imagine this huge negative reaction, but in reality, people usually just say, "Okay," and move forward.
So the guilt we feel is often much bigger than the actual situation.
Yes, and I think part of the problem is we were taught that saying yes makes us good people.
Right. Good people help, good people sacrifice, good people don't think about themselves.
But that's not healthy. If you always put other people first, you burn out.
Burnout means you become so tired and empty that you can't function well anymore.
Yes, you give and give and give until there's nothing left for you.
And then you're not helpful to anyone because you're too tired to even take care of yourself.
Exactly. So learning to say no is not selfish. It's self-care.
Okay, so we know saying no is important, but let's be honest. Even when we say no, we still feel terrible about it.
Oh, yes, the guilt.
You say no, and then you spend the next 3 hours imagining that person crying in a corner because you rejected them.
Right? Or you add so many apologies that your no becomes 5 paragraphs long.
I'm so sorry. I really wish I could. I feel so bad. Maybe I can help next time. Please don't hate me.
And by the end, the other person feels like they have to comfort you.
Right. They're like, it's okay, don't worry. But inside they're thinking, why is this so dramatic?
So let's talk about guilt. Where does it come from?
I think guilt comes when we feel like we're doing something wrong.
But here's the thing. Saying no is not wrong. You're allowed to have limits.
Limits. That means boundaries, right? The line between what's okay for you and what's too much.
Exactly. Everyone has limits. If you don't protect yours, other people will cross them.
I had this friend once. She would call me late at night, like 11 p.m., just to talk about her problems.
And you answered?
Every time, because I thought, she needs me. I should be there for her.
But it was affecting your sleep, right?
Yes. I was tired at work the next day. I felt stressed, but I still felt guilty about setting a boundary.
So what did you do?
One day I said, very kindly, I care about you, but I can't talk late at night anymore. Can we talk earlier in the day?
And how did she react?
She said, oh, I didn't realize it was a problem. Sure, no worries.
See? Again, the fear was bigger than the reality.
Exactly. But here's what I learned. When you say no with kindness and clarity, most people understand.
Kindness and clarity. I love that.
Yes, you don't have to be mean, you just have to be clear.
For example, instead of saying, I can't, I'm so busy, my life is a mess.
Just say, I can't this time, but thank you for thinking of me.
Simple, calm, clear.
And you don't owe anyone a long explanation.
Right. Sometimes we feel like we need to give a perfect reason so they'll approve our no.
But you don't need permission to say no. Your time and energy belong to you.
I think we need to remember this. Saying no to something means you're saying yes to something else.
What do you mean?
When you say no to that extra work project, you're saying yes to rest. When you say no to a party you don't want to attend, you're saying yes to a quiet evening at home.
So it's not just about rejecting something, it's about choosing what matters more to you.
Exactly. And that's not selfish. That's healthy. Okay, so we understand why saying no is hard and why guilt shows up. But let's talk about the practical part. How do you actually say no?
Yeah, because even if you know all the theory, when someone looks at you and asks for help, your mouth still says yes, automatically.
Right? It's like your brain hasn't received the message yet.
So let's practice some simple ways to say no that feel natural and kind.
First tip, you can buy yourself time.
What does that mean?
It means you don't answer immediately. Someone asks you for something, and instead of saying yes right away, you say, let me check my schedule and get back to you.
Oh, I like that. So you give yourself time to think.
Exactly. Because when we answer too quickly, we often say yes just to avoid the awkward moment.
Right. But when you take time to think, you can ask yourself, do I really want to do this?
And then you can answer honestly.
Okay, so buying time is step one. What's next?
Next is keeping it short and simple.
No long explanations?
No. The more you explain, the more it sounds like you're making excuses.
So instead of, I can't because my cousin is visiting and I have this thing and my car is broken and...
Just say, I can't this time.
That's it?
That's it. You can add, thank you for asking, if you want to be extra polite.
So, I can't this time, but thank you for thinking of me.
Perfect. Short, polite, clear.
What if they push back? What if they say, oh, come on, please, it will only take a few minutes?
Then you repeat your boundary. You can say, I understand, but I really can't. I hope you find someone who can help.
Repeat your boundary. That's important.
Yes. Sometimes people are used to you saying yes, so when you say no, they don't believe you at first.
So you have to be consistent.
Exactly. If you say no, then feel guilty and change it to yes, you teach them that your no doesn't mean anything.
Right. They learn if I push a little, she'll give in.
So even if it feels uncomfortable, stick to your no.
Stick to means stay with it, don't change it.
Yes! And here's another helpful tip. Offer an alternative only if you truly want to.
What do you mean?
Sometimes we say no to one thing, but feel guilty, so we immediately offer to do something else.
Oh, like I can't help you move, but I can help you pack.
Exactly. And that's fine if you genuinely want to help in a different way. But if you don't have to offer anything.
Right. Your no can just be a no.
Yes. You can say, I'm not available. And that's the end of the sentence.
No alternative, no apology, no guilt.
And here's one more thing. You can say no and still be kind.
Right. Saying no doesn't mean you're cold or rude.
You can say, I really appreciate you asking me, but I can't right now.
Or, that sounds great, but it's not a good fit for me.
See? It's respectful. It's warm. But it's still a clear no.
I think the key is you don't make it personal.
What do you mean?
You're not saying, I don't want to help you because I don't like you. You're just saying, this doesn't work for me right now.
Exactly. It's about the situation, not about the person.
And most people can understand that.
Okay, but let's be real. There are some situations where saying no feels almost impossible.
Oh yeah, like when your boss asks you to do extra work.
Or when it's family.
Family's the hardest one.
Right? Because with friends or coworkers, there's some distance. But with family, it's complicated.
Yes, you love them, but sometimes they expect too much.
And if you say no, they might say, but we're family. Family helps each other.
And then you feel like a terrible person.
So how do you handle that?
I think you have to decide what you can give and what you can't.
Right. For example, maybe you can help your sister move, but you can't do it 3 weekends in a row.
So you can say, I can help you on Saturday, but I'm not available the other weekends.
Exactly. You're not saying no to everything. You're just setting a limit.
And with work, it's a bit different.
Yes, because sometimes you do have to say yes, even if you don't want to.
Right. But even at work, you can set some boundaries.
For example, if your boss gives you a new project, you can say, I can do this, but I'll need to pause the other project I'm working on. Which one is the priority?
Oh, that's smart. You're not saying no. You're asking them to help you prioritize.
Exactly. You're being realistic about your time.
And if your boss expects you to work late every single night, that's not healthy.
Right. You can say, I can stay late this week to finish this deadline, but I won't be able to do it every week.
So you're not refusing to help. You're just being honest about your limits.
And here's something important to remember. People who truly care about you will respect your boundaries.
Yes! If someone gets really angry when you say no, that's a red flag.
A red flag means a warning sign that something is not right.
Exactly. Healthy relationships have space for no.
If someone only likes you when you say yes, that's not love. That's control.
Wow, that's deep.
But it's true. Real friends, real family, they want you to be happy and healthy.
So they won't punish you for taking care of yourself.
Exactly. And if they do get upset, that's their feeling to manage, not yours.
Right. You can be kind and understanding, but you don't have to fix their emotions.
Yes! You're not responsible for how other people react to your boundaries.
That's a really important point.
I know it's hard, especially for people pleasers.
People pleasers are people who always try to make everyone happy, even if it hurts them, right?
Yes. And if you're a people pleaser, saying no feels like the worst thing in the world.
But here's the truth. You can't make everyone happy.
No. And if you try, the only person who ends up unhappy is you.
So you have to choose, do you want to please everyone else or do you want to take care of yourself?
And taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's necessary.
Okay, so we talked about why saying no is hard and how to do it. But I think some of our listeners are thinking, this sounds good, but I don't know how to start.
Right. If you've been saying yes your whole life, suddenly saying no feels scary.
So let's make it easier. Let's talk about small ways to practice.
I love this. Think of it like learning English. You don't start with a big speech, you start with simple sentences.
Exactly. Same with saying no.
So here's a small practice. This week, say no to one tiny thing.
Something very low risk.
Yes! For example, someone offers you a cookie and you don't want it. Say, no thank you.
That's it?
That's it. Practice the words coming out of your mouth.
Okay, I like that. What else?
Next level, someone invites you to something you don't want to do. Practice saying, I can't make it, but thank you for inviting me.
So you're not explaining why. You're just saying no politely.
Exactly. And notice how it feels.
You might feel guilty at first.
Yes. But then later, you'll notice. The world didn't end.
Right. The person didn't hate you. The friendship didn't explode.
And slowly you learn. My no is okay.
What about situations where you already said yes, but you realize you don't want to do it?
That's hard. But you can still change your answer.
Really?
Yes. You can say, I know I said yes earlier, but I need to change my answer. I won't be able to make it after all.
Won't people be upset?
Maybe. But it's better to be honest now than to show up tired and resentful.
Resentful means you feel angry and bitter because you're doing something you don't want to do, right?
Yes. And trust me, people can feel that energy.
Right. They'd rather you say no than show up with a bad attitude.
Exactly. So it's okay to change your mind.
Okay, here's another question. What if saying no makes you lose an opportunity?
Like what?
Like someone invites you to a networking event and you say no because you're tired. But later you find out someone important was there.
That's a good question.
Do you regret saying no?
Sometimes, yes. But here's what I learned. You can't say yes to everything.
Right. There will always be opportunities.
And if you say yes when you're too tired, you won't show up as your best self anyway.
That's true. Better to rest and show up strong next time.
Exactly. So don't let fear of missing out make you say yes to everything.
Fear of missing out. We call that FOMO.
Yes, FOMO is real. But if you chase every opportunity, you'll burn out.
So you have to trust that the right opportunities will come again.
Yes. And when you're rested and healthy, you'll be ready for them. So Leo, what's the main message you want our listeners to take away from today?
I think it's this. Your time and energy are valuable.
Yes. You don't owe them to everyone.
And saying no doesn't make you a bad person.
It makes you a healthy person.
Right. And if you've been saying yes to everything and you're tired, it's okay to start saying no now.
Even if people are surprised. Even if they're used to the old you.
Yes, you're allowed to change. You're allowed to grow.
And you're allowed to protect your peace.
Protect your peace. I love that phrase.
It means you choose what's good for your mental and emotional health, even if other people don't understand.
And the beautiful thing is, when you start saying no to things that drain you, you create space for things that fill you up.
Yes. More time for rest, for hobbies, for the people you really want to spend time with.
So if you're listening right now and you feel guilty about something you said no to, take a deep breath.
You did nothing wrong.
You're learning to take care of yourself.
And that's something to be proud of.
So this week, try it. Say no to one small thing.
Notice how it feels. Notice what happens.
And remember, you're not alone. We're practicing this too.
Yes, we're all learning together. All right, before we go, let's slow down together for a moment.
Yes, we used some strong words and phrases today. So let's do a small word tour to help you remember them and use them.
We'll take a few of our favorite words from this episode, explain them in simple English, and give you easy examples.
You can repeat after us if you want.
So take a breath, relax your shoulders, and enjoy this calm little word tour.
First phrase, take advantage of someone.
When you take advantage of someone, you use their kindness in a bad way. You know they won't say no, so you keep asking for more.
For example, she always says yes, so people started to take advantage of her.
Or, I felt like he was taking advantage of my help.
You can repeat after us. Take advantage.
Next phrase, running on empty.
When you're running on empty, you have no energy left. You're tired, but you keep going.
It's like a car with no fuel. The engine is still moving, but there's nothing left inside.
For example, after working 6 days in a row, I was running on empty.
Or, she kept saying yes even though she was running on empty.
Next word, burn out.
To burn out means to become so tired and stressed that you can't function well anymore.
You gave too much for too long, and now you feel empty and exhausted.
For example, if you don't take breaks, you will burn out.
Or, he burned out after working 12-hour days for months.
Next word, limits or boundaries.
Limits or boundaries are the lines you draw to protect your time, energy, and well-being.
They show what's okay for you and what's too much.
For example, I need to set better boundaries with my family.
Or, everyone has limits, and it's okay to say when someone crosses them.
Next phrase, buy yourself time.
To buy yourself time means to delay your answer so you can think about it first.
You don't say yes or no immediately. You give yourself space to decide.
For example, when she asked for help, I said, "Let me check my schedule," to buy myself time.
Or, buying yourself time helps you avoid saying yes too quickly.
Next phrase, stick to your decision.
To stick to something means to stay with it. You don't change your mind.
If you stick to your no, you don't let guilt make you say yes later.
For example, she said no and stuck to it, even when they asked again.
Or, it's hard, but try to stick to your boundaries.
Next phrase, red flag.
A red flag is a warning sign that something is wrong or unhealthy.
It tells you to be careful or pay attention.
For example, if someone gets angry every time you say no, that's a red flag.
Or, ignoring red flags in a relationship can lead to bigger problems later.
Next phrase, people pleaser.
A people pleaser is someone who always tries to make everyone happy, even if it hurts them.
They say yes to everything because they're afraid of disappointing others.
For example, I used to be a people pleaser, but now I'm learning to say no.
Or, people pleasers often feel exhausted because they give too much.
Last phrase, protect your peace.
To protect your peace means to choose what's good for your mental and emotional health.
You say no to things that stress you out or drain your energy.
For example, I stopped going to events I didn't enjoy to protect my peace.
Or, sometimes protecting your peace means disappointing others, and that's okay.
You did great. You didn't just listen to a podcast. You also walked through these strong words with us.
And remember, you don't have to use all of them at once. Even if you choose one or two and use them this week, that is already real progress.
So be kind to yourself this week. Practice saying no to one small thing.
And notice how it feels. You might be surprised.
And if this episode helped you, you can always listen again or share it with someone who also struggles to say no.
We're cheering for you from here.
This is Emma.
And this is Leo.
And you've been listening to the Calm English Corner. Bye!